Hello, my name is Dorinda with Dorinda Style. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I offer tutorials for sewing projects for the home as well as sewing projects for yourself, your family, and your friends. Today's project, I am going to show you how to make this beautiful wall art that's made out of scrap fabric that you may already have around home, as well as trimmings that you might have. But it's a very simple project. It's a project that you can complete in a short amount of time, actually. And I hope you enjoy this tutorial as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you. And if you like what you see on my channel, please hit the like button and subscribe so that you'll know when I upload other videos. Thank you for watching. The supplies you will need for this project are 10 by 20 canvas, construction or cardstock paper, cotton fabric scraps, toile fabric scraps, trimmings, old costume jewelry, glue, and glitter if you want to add a little sparkle. The first thing you want to do is to cut out the picture of the silhouette that I have attached to the program. Once that picture is cut out, you want to lay it on top of your cardstock paper, which is what I'm doing now. You will trace around that. Once you have traced around that outline, then the next step would be for you to cut out the picture that you have just finished tracing. Once that picture is cut out, then you will have a copy of the doll that you're going to place your fabric on. The next step is for you to trace your cardstock picture onto the fabric that will make the top layer of your dress. Place the doll in the area where you want your final product to be. I place mine in an area where I will get one of the flowers because I wanted that to be the centerpiece and I wanted it to show. I have a piece of cardstock underneath the fabric because I'm using a marker, and markers sometimes will bleed through the fabric, and if you don't use the cardstock, it may bleed onto your board. After you have completed that step, then you want to cut out the fabric that you just traced. And if you are happy with the placement of the fabric, the next step would be for you to glue down the fabric to your doll. I am using Mod Podge to glue down my fabric, and I'm using quite a bit of it because I want to make sure that it's glued down very well. The next step is for you to place your dress fabric onto the doll, making sure that you have no bubbles and that it is laid perfectly on top of the doll. You want to match the arms, you want to match the hips, press it down just like you would wallpaper, making sure that you have no bubbles. The next step is for you to glue your doll onto your canvas. I am going to glue mine a little bit higher because my skirt is going to be very long. After your doll has been glued to the board, the next step is for you to work on your skirt. Your skirt, the top layer, is going to be 7 inches long by 16 inches wide. Each piece that falls under that is going to be 1.5 inches longer. So you will have one piece that's 7 inches long, one by 16, one that is 8.5 by 16, and so forth. As you could tell by looking at the picture, I have one that is a little shorter than the other one, 1.5 inches rather, shorter than the other one. I gathered it up to see how it would look in the final product. Place your toll fabric under the top 2 layers. This will give your skirt more fullness. After you have finished cutting out your fabrics, your toll as well as your cotton fabric, then you want to gather the skirt up so that it is the same width as the bottom of your dress. You can do this with a needle and thread by hand. Once that is completed, then you want to glue your skirt down to your dress. You can do this by using a hot glue gun. At this point, Mod Podge will not hold the skirt in place because the skirt is too thick once the gathers are in place. After that, then you place your trimming on top of your skirt, between the skirt and the dress. This will hide the seams that you made when you gathered the skirt. You cut your trimming off at the edges, and then you are finished with your skirt. After you have finished the skirt, then you want to start working on the neckline. I am using Mardi Gras beads. I'm using Mardi Gras beads because, first of all, they're free. You catch them at the Mardi Gras. Then, second, these beads, when you pull them, they don't separate. They stay together. So I just cut off a small strip. I use my glue gun, and I glued my necklace onto my doll. Next, I am going to work on the gele. The gele is the head tie that is commonly worn in West African countries. It is usually very large, covers most of the hair all the way down to the earlobes. A lot of time and effort goes into making a gele. If you are satisfied with the shape and look of your gele, go ahead and glue it down to your doll's head. Now is the time. If you like to add a little sparkle to your project, simply spray your project with a light dusting of spray glue. Then just shake your glitter on top of your project, and you are finished. Now, doesn't that look nice?